Hi, welcome to weeks 9 to 12, which I really mean 9 to 16. And I have the syllabus in front of you, and I want you to know this is going to be a little bit of a different movie for what is due, because what is due, in my hope, is with all of these here, is that you gain content for your portfolio. That's it. I mean, raise your hand if you need content for your portfolio. And I already know that all of you did raise your hand. So for you design students, I want you to make a decision to really push content, and I'll show you what I mean. And for you illustration students, I want you to do the same. But there is no reason why either this semester or even in between the holiday or at any point that illustration students can't also add design content to their portfolio, which I'll show you why with showing you actually, and some of you have already seen it, but I'm going to show you a tear sheet or a portfolio that some students actually are multimedia students. And there's no reason why design students cannot add illustration capability to their portfolio. It makes you more valuable. So I'm not interested in the scores. I'm not interested in the grades. I'm interested in content. Now, to that end, let's just move down here where I can show you in the last part of this, sorry for all this. Yes, all this is due, okay? But I'm more interested in, as I just said, I'm more interested in you just being passionate about building content. You need content. It's amazing that you need content, and I may pause this movie at the end and then show you a couple of things that have to do with, and I think I'll put the links right in Canvas to the things that I want you to look at. And I'm not comparing student to student. I'm showing you, by showing you two student movie portfolios, it'll really give you an insight as to how to build content for your portfolio. I mean, that's why you're here, right? So let me go to here where it, we've looked at this many times this semester, and here are the 9 to 16 module assignment direction, whatever you want to call it. So I'm telling you in this that you can choose your design track. See the design track here? And I have so much material for you to review to give you really good insight on that, or the illustration track. And I actually say here you may choose both if you want design and illustration for your portfolio package. So work with me during the semester and after the semester. Don't care about your grade, care about your content. That's basically it. So what I've done to that end is I have, and let me put this on the other screen and minimize my movie making thing here, is I have a little folder here that I just want to go through for a second, and I'm going to see if I can just go through it like this, okay? Which means I just want to click on the very first one and go to the design assignment guide. Now I may open up a couple of these. Let me see if I can double click that, okay, and just put it over here, because I want the design students to understand when I say an ad series, this is an ad series that a student did for me, but actually for himself. This is a design series where you have 3 designs that were all done, yes, I'm going to go ahead and say it, in Photoshop, because they're comps, okay? The finished artwork would be done in Adobe InDesign, the finished design layout. But if you watch my movies, you will know how to save a PDF in Photoshop with vectored text, with absolutely scalable text. And it looks beautiful, although, again, the design should be done in Adobe InDesign, but this is not an InDesign class. It's a Photoshop class where a lot of students, a lot of employees in the business do their comp work to show the clients. This is what the student did first. They did their thumbnails. And I'm not asking you to draw and be an excellent sketch artist. I'm asking you to just put forth an effort, watch the 5 movies. I'll show you where they are. and then come up with an ad series. And there's no reason why you can't come up with 2 ad series, or 3, or 4, or 5. Now let's count the content. This student, by coming up with this ad series, has 6 content items. Now they have 12 content items for their portfolio. I would love you to have somewhere around 70 to 100 content items for your entire portfolio, but we'll get into that, okay? So here's another ad series that was done by a student. So the sky is the limit. I mean, look at how beautiful these are. And they have to follow the rules of design. And sometimes with the rules of design, you can break those rules, like taking an image off the page, okay? But keeping beautiful margins and beautiful design elements throughout, using white space, using really negative positive space to make it all work. But this is not to go through this design guide. This is for you to see that the sky is the limit. Now let me close that and let's go, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I just want to close this for now, and I want to put this on my other screen. So this is a PDF that a student did, and she is a design student. Now she laid out her resume, her tear sheet, complete with a cover letter, as you can see. And this cover letter was actually targeted to Our Detroit Magazine, H-O-U-R, Our Detroit Magazine. And the reason why she got the job over CCS students and anybody else, Kendall students, in any other college, is because she showed multimedia capability: Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, Dreamweaver, Flash, and After Effects. Okay, oh, that's my sister up there, sorry. So look at, and I'm going to back off on this, look at how simple that resume is. It doesn't have to be complex, okay? And it shouldn't want to be, not for a graphic design student. But look at where she came up with her ad series. Now, not only did she show her ad series, and this is why she got the job, but she showed her execution stage. So you can show finish all you want, but the client wants to know, where did you get your ideas? So this is almost more important than this is. And that's what I want you to do. Now look at, she came up with not only 1 ad series, but 2 ad series, a 3rd one. So she had 4, 6, 12, 18 content items just for her portfolio and for her tear sheet. She actually came up with 5 series. Okay, 5 times 3 is 15. Plus all the thumbnails. Now, I want you to see in a design sense how she is constantly showing her execution stage. This is what she started with, this horrible ad in the center that she was given by a client. She turned it into these ads. They're beautiful. And she just didn't come up with 1, she came up with 2. So that's what they liked. This is another ad series that she came up with. Now what I want to show you, and I'm going to keep on going, is that she just didn't think that having design was important in her portfolio. Illustration is her capability as well. So not only can she do an entire gradient mesh in Adobe Illustrator, but she can actually break down and paint an entire car in Adobe Photoshop. And I show that. I have support files throughout the illustration module for 9 to 12 or 9 to 16. So look at this amazing layout. She walked out of Our Detroit Magazine and has never looked back. She's a major creative director now. Okay, that's not her name anymore. Dominica got married, but and I don't have her name. It's not important. What's important is that you see the content in front of you. Now let me close this and let's keep on going, because I hope that you come up with as many ad series as you can. I am not giving you any deadlines. You have to supply the effort, the dedication, and the desire to build portfolio content. Hey, it's all in front of you right here. You can do it. Okay, now let's go to the next thing. So here are design examples that I'm just going to go like this with. These were all done by students. Look at the ability to take the text off the screen. Look at how dolphin doesn't even show up, but you can still read it. Look at how clean these are. so I can go through and show you, look at how clean all of that is. Look at how fun it is. Here's another ad series that was done by a different student. You can see the names on top. I have all of these plus PDFs of the prior semester designs from all the students, from a lot of the students over the years that have gotten great positions. I realize I'm going through this fast, but that's not the issue. The issue is, look at the ideas that flow, the creativity that... Do you want to be creative? Show me. I mean, that's all I want you to do. Look at how Jack came up with so many different ad series. Tracy's ad series is a whole different aspect ratio than Jack's. So she came up with a long and slender based on the wine country in Michigan. Okay? It's beautiful what she did. And Justin has a major art director, has worked at Donor and other agencies, but look at the creativity there. Look at how, by just showing the eyes, look at how absolutely stunning that is. Look at the consistency as the logo stays in the exact same place. The PDF moves a little bit. I didn't mean that. But look at how beautiful this is. Now, these are ad series done by designers who also had illustration in their portfolios. Okay, so I'm showing you a whole bunch of them there just to entice you, to get your mind flowing. That's what I want for, and let me go back to my module and show you all of the support material that I have. So you're actually watching this movie right here. At the end of the painted mirror, I have a quick module. Just click it and watch this movie. You're obviously watching it now. So now enter your module. All of these design movies are super important, so please take the time to watch design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on how to start your first ad, and then how to create your movie template, your thumbnail template, okay? And then support movie, how to create custom wrap, text wrap in Photoshop, kerning letter shapes, creating a channel mask to cut an image from the background. They're all great techniques to use. And then you can keep on using this Dropbox to submit your PDF files. Make sure you watch the number 5 movie, because I show you how to make a PDF from Photoshop but keep it as low memory. I have so much to show you. Okay, but let's go now to the illustration students. If you want to choose illustration, I just want you, if you're going to choose illustration, and please consider design as well, having some ad series in your portfolio. But let me open this JPEG up, because I want you to see a typical, let me hit the F button, and this is a low-res version of this, but this is a typical Photoshop assignment that I do. Doesn't matter what the product is. Could be car, could be person, could be hamburger. Okay, this was a $4,000 painting that I did for McDonald's. And my job is to make the Big Mac look great. Okay, just to keep it beautiful. So what I want is you to understand good color, good creativity. Where do we begin with this? So let me close that and go to the painted student projects in a few minutes. Okay, but where you begin with that is, if you have painted an iPhone, but you painted a 2-dimensional iPhone, I want you to go through this again. I want you to redo this. I don't care that you've painted an iPhone for other instructors. If you've painted one that I'm going to show you in a second, if you've painted one that had a background like this or like this, and it has 3 sides, S-I-D-E-S, exposed, look at the bottom, the side, and the top surface. Okay, I want you to see the painting technique that I did in here. Now, if you've painted this before, for me, attach it. Find your file and attach it for me. Okay, so your first job is to understand the paint theory. So using something like that as a reference to create what you want is in the illustration module. Okay, now if you've already painted it and you're going to give me that phone that you painted, then the next thing that you're going to do is to learn how to paint that child's face. Now, I have 22 movies to learn how to paint a very sophisticated face. There's only 3 movies for this one because I want you to learn about color ranging, texture, and building shape. So look at how I broke this down into colors. And now I have my eye, face, and lip colors as a swatches scale here. And then I turned it into this. So this is the painting I did. It needs a little work to make it, you know, really precise, but you will learn so much about freehand painting, taking reference like this and turning it into that. And of course it includes color range, which you've already done. And then you will learn how it's just amazing the techniques that Photoshop allows for productivity painting, meaning to paint it super fast. Okay, now let me close this and say, well, what do you do after the child's face? What if I'm already done? Well, we have, if I can find it right here, the painted student projects that I want you to see what other students have done. So other students have taken their techniques, and I have in the folder, I'll show you, I have car support paintings. I'm sorry, tutorials. Car support. Car support. This is by Kim Dworkin, who is now a major art director. That is not a photograph. That is a painting using color range and precise painting techniques. Same thing with this. Same thing with that. This key fob and that baby, same technique. The key fob, the baby, and the flower, same techniques in painting. Okay? So I just wanted you to see what some students have done. And I want to remind you that this toaster here is the one from Rosalie. I'm going to show you a portfolio of hers. But go back to the toaster MP4 file and look at the layers that are being created. The same thing occurs with that car and with that hamburger. Submarine sandwich. I know a submarine sandwich when I see one. Anyway, I'm going to say the sky is the limit. Show me your reference and then build content. Okay, these are all done by students. It wows people in a portfolio, completely wows people. So, and when I mean people, I mean employers. I mean you get the job because of what you're showing in your portfolio. Okay, so let me minimize this, and I want to show one more thing here, which is, and I don't mean to overwhelm you, but Rosalie took this class years ago, and I just wanted you to see what she came up with after the semester was over. So do you see the layers that are up here in her car? That's the reference that she used. This is the reference that she used for color. This is the reference on the left that she used for drawing. So she put together like advanced Photoshop portfolio. Look at how she took that car, and then she took all of this engine stuff that she broke down and she turned it into that. So that is a student's version of that car turned into a cutaway. And I'm not talking a seasoned professional. She took the same techniques and just had due diligence and worked her whole summer to this was what she does now for a living. She paints in Photoshop every day. And you can see that the same technique that she used to build the car is what she used to build the person and the Coca-Cola. Why did she put a Coca-Cola in with a person? Because I told her to do something that has 5 different textures. Okay, I said, make sure you show in one content item multiple textures. So yes, it's a great painting, but that's not the reason she did it. She showed so that she could say, well, can you paint liquid? Can you paint glass? Can you paint ice? Can you paint hair? So that is a great way to show that you have capability to do multiple textures. Now, those 2 items, the car and this one, were done after this. So this is the first thing she started with. Then she went into, isn't that absolutely stunning? Guess what she used for the headlight? Okay, color range. Guess what she used for the parking light? Color range. So now she's showing a few more capabilities. She's the one who did the toaster. So I just wanted you to see that she did this Vespa scooter, and she did all of these. So that's Rosalie right now, okay? And she is happy in painting. I mean, that's what I want for you. So for a second here, I'm going to pause it, and I want to go get something, and then I'll be right back, okay? All right, what I have here are 2 movies that are on my Advanced Photoshop Portfolio Development playlist in Canvas, and I'll show you, okay? And I'll put the links right in this assignment, so you can see on the bottom that there will be 2 links to Kim Dworkin and to Steve Carey. But let me play this for a second. And I'm just going to let you see as this plays what, let me turn down the music. And it's important to me that it's important to me that you understand why I'm showing you this. This is, and I want you to go through it. You can go through it a page at a time. This is a portfolio that contains, I won't take all the time to go through it, but I am going to kind of snap to the end. And I want you to see how much content is in this portfolio. He came to me as he was in Advanced Photoshop, and he said, here's my portfolio, and he didn't have enough content. So he spent the whole summer, aside from working, going over and building all of his content with me. And you can see here when I get to the end of this, and I'm going to fast forward, he's already up to 118 pieces in his portfolio that show design capability, illustration capability, and so much more. So that is Steve Carey's portfolio. Here is Kim's portfolio. And I just wanted you to see what she came up with. Now, same thing. So as she is going through her portfolio, and she came into the MACA program as a designer, but look what, there's her ad series, and she had more than one, okay, and there are her thumbnail pencils, sketches right there to show the execution stage. So I just want you designers to really be aware that the execution stage and doing well done, those are very simple thumbnails. So having well done simple thumbnails, just showing the execution stage from idea to finish comp is so important in the interview process. Now, here is something that she painted. So she painted that camera and then build an ad for the camera. But she went through and did even that car. She painted that car. She did that gradient mesh. So she is showing illustration design. That's another painting that she did, another gradient mesh. And then she has multiple different content items as you go through this portfolio. Now, again, let me close this, because in the assignment guide here, in the module for illustration and for design, above it I'm going to put the links to their 2 portfolios inside this, as well as the link to this movie. So after you're done watching this movie, go back to this page and click, and you can take as much time as you want to go through their portfolios. So that's what's due. Exactly not, I don't know how to say this. There's nothing specific due other than for the design. For the design here, please watch the movies and give me a design ad series. How many do you have to do? It's up to you. Okay, it's totally up to you. If you do 1 ad series and you've done well on the other modules, you'll get an A, but an A does not get you through the interview process. It does not build portfolio content, does it? Neither does it for illustration students. So yeah, you can do the iPhone and then you can do the kid's face, but give me more. If you want an illustration capability, if you want to show illustration capability in your portfolio, give me more. And it's not me, I'm pretending I'm your portfolio. And your portfolio always wants more stuff, and it always wants to be updated. So when I said that you had assist movies, here is how to do steps to paint on a car, sheet metal fill, first horizon up, horizon down, and then of course there's the ending semester survey in the module for week 13 to 16. So this is basically your last movie that's going to show you what's due in the semester. Here are a lot of lights and tires and windshields, and another one on color range down here. Okay, it's probably the same one I had up there, because I keep on adding new stuff to this. But I just hope you have fun. I hope you keep really pushing forward. And if you don't get done by what you want if you don't get done what you want to get done by the end of the semester, well, keep on working with me. I'll give you an email on how to connect to my Google Drive and where all of these tutorials are, and my YouTube channel, which you already know about. And please subscribe to that YouTube channel so I can keep you updated on all the assignments and new stuff that comes out. And then you can keep on sending me your material, and we can keep on covering your material and make sure that we build your portfolio together. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.